Hi, Jules Yates here. Hey, let's do a quick video on the subject of what happens if I change my mind. Uh, as a buyer, if you sign a purchase agreement using one of the standard Traverse Area Association of Realtors purchase agreements and you're buying a home, then you pretty much have an out for any reason whatsoever during your inspection period. Now, people ask, when's the inspection period begin? Well, again, depending upon how your purchase agreement was written, but let's just assume there were no modifications and we're using standard language. It is going to be from the effective date, and that effective date is the date on which all parties have signed the agreement and we now have a binding purchase agreement. So I'll give you an example. You as a buyer write an offer, you submit it to the seller counter offers, you then counter back, still don't have a deal. Seller says no, they counter back to you, and you finally agree. If that took 4 days, 5 days, or a week, that is when the effective date begins. That is when the time for your inspections will start. So let's give another scenario. You signed a purchase agreement. The seller signs it the next day. Well, then that would be the effective date because it is a binding purchase agreement at that point. There is no counter offer. So anyway, just be conscientious of the effective date when you sign it and exactly how much time you have. One thing to keep in mind with the new forms, uh, you do not have an automatic time frame in which to negotiate an issue. If you have an issue with anything in the purchase agreement or the home, you bring it up to the seller or the seller's agent. You basically now have put the seller on notice that you want something in return for an issue. You have just voided your purchase agreement unless one of two things happens. That is, the seller agrees to those changes, or two, you withdraw your objection prior to the end of the inspection period. Now, I sit on the forms committee. I'm the chairman, in fact, and we were asked, I've been asked many, many times, why is this? And the reason was it was to try to clarify an end date to a contract. And since none of us are attorneys on the committee, we ended up deferring it to our association attorney who ultimately drafted the language that you see. But anyway, to make a long story short, if you change your mind during the terms of the agreement, we can generally withdraw that agreement. If you've already done an inspection, you're going to be out the cost of the inspection. But let's just say it's a day or two later, we haven't even got the inspection ordered yet, and you just get cold feet. Can you get out? Sure. Will you get your money back? You should. And I say you should because you're entitled to cancel the agreement during that period. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know. But as always, we're available here if you need us, 231-218-5199. Thank you.